Jimmy absolutely led Jessica on. He knew he wasn't comfortable with the fact that she had a child. She knew that he wasn't comfortable with the fact that she had a child. We knew that he wasn't comfortable with the fact that she had a child. He should have been upfront with her. Every season, we see this scenario where two people, typically two of the women, are pining over the same man when the clues were on there that he didn't want to be with you. Jimmy. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are still here. Second on with the vapor up, but let's talk episode 4. Love is Blind, season 6. If you have not already, don't forget subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, leave your spoiler-free comments down below. If you haven't, check out the other 3 recaps that I have up for episodes 1, 2, and 3. So let's get started, y'all. So we start off first with Jeremy and Sarah Ann. So they talk about talking during sex. Do you talk during sex? And he's like, yeah, I guess, but he feels that, women may not want to hear what a man has to say. They're yeah, woo, wow, you got it, babe. Arr. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to hear that type of stuff. She was like, no, I'm talking full blown conversations. And I was with him, girl, what? He said that if you are having full blown conversations during sex, then you're not occupied enough. Somebody ain't doing something that they should. And I'm inclined to agree, okay? So she feels like she can be herself with him. She feels free. She said that she feels alive with him. And this is a feeling that she never thought that she would have here in these pods. He makes her feel the way that she's never felt before. So we then pan over to Sarah in the ladies' lounge, and she's saying that she's going to marry Jeremy. Okay, she decided this is it. Laura is over to the side, feeling like she might be the second choice now, and you just might, sis. You just might. We then get Jeremy and Laura on a date, and he tells Laura that he is falling for her. What I've noticed this season, which bothers me, is the amount of men, the number of men that have these two women sitting back pining over them. Ladies, why are y'all cutting off all your other connections and focusing so heavily on this one man when you don't even have the confirmation that he's feeling you like that back? It's very odd. Very, very odd to me. So then we get Clay and AD. So he never believed that he would be here, okay? He said that he never thought that he would actually find his wife in the pods. So he feels like a huge weight has been lifted off his shoulders. Said that, he didn't watch the show before, but when he caught a glimpse of it, he didn't know if it was for him. So you signed up for a show that you have never seen to find love. Why? Why? What part of that? Whatever. He then says that he trusts her and she believes in him. He reads that Bible verse, lean not on your own understanding. Y'all know the verse. He reads that to her and proposes on a whim. He said he didn't plan it, he didn't prepare for this. It just came on out. So he feels thankful that God brought her over to him. She's ecstatic. She's with it. She's happy. She trusted him. She believes him. Okay. Okay. So we have Kenneth and Brittany. They're meeting each other for the first time. This is Kenneth's first interracial relationship. Brittany has not said if this is hers or not, though. Keep that in mind. So Brittany's on her MLK Jr. She said, I'm not worried about, the color of your skin. It's more about the content of your character to her. I said, okay, Brittany, what a word. Brittany said, I don't care how you look. I fell in love with your heart, with your soul, with your personality. That's who I plan on marrying, okay? So they both come out. They both seem pleased with each other right away. She says she loves his hair. She loves his eyes. He said that she looks good. He's moved to tears, so he really likes her. And he said that she's even more beautiful than he ever imagined or pictured. It did take them a while to kiss, but we know that they are both very, very religious. And they even said that they want to wait to have sex before till after marriage. So I didn't expect too much, necking, swapping, but I like them. I'm rooting personally. I'm rooting for them. So we get Trevor and Chelsea. He has flowers and gifts ready, waiting on her. She gives him a bracelet that when she taps the bracelet, it lets him know that she is thinking about him and it is going to vibrate on his arm. He gives her a rock. Well, he gives her a dog chain or a dog. What's it called? It's not called a chain. A dog collar that has Chelsea on there. Personally, girl, I would feel a way about that. Don't give me your dog's collar just because I have your dog's name, but whatever. If you like it, I love it. And then he gives her a rock that has love, but it's like kind of Braille esque because it clearly said love on there. Maybe it's in Braille, I don't know. But he said that it kind of fits in with the whole love is blind um, process that they're going through. So he found this rock, I guess, a while ago, and he's kept it, and it's perfect for this moment. So they decide that, after they get out of here, they're going to go to a soup kitchen, they're going to go to a dog shelter. They want to provide some acts of service and volunteer. I personally think that Chelsea should pick Trevor. Trevor has been about her. Trevor has told her what it is, what it ain't. Trevor is able to uh express his feelings and talk through his feelings. So that's just what I think, but that's just me. So we then pan over to Jessica and Jimmy. Jimmy was the bulk of this episode, God forbid. So she feels that they have an electricity between the two of them. I said, "Do y'all, girl?" I guess. He said that there's real sexual tension and he's excited about the lust. Now, that will be a red flag for me. That's the first red flag in this conversation. We're going to count them. That's the first red flag in this conversation. So she gives him a letter that she wrote that's to her future husband. It's a very beautiful letter. She's pouring out her feelings, pouring out her heart. She said that she hopes she has done a good job at expressing that to him. He said, she has, but then he gets super quiet. Like he doesn't say a word. So he gets super, super quiet. He then said that he's happy and lucky that she shared the letter with him, but he cannot tell her what she wants to hear. That's red flag number two. That is red flag number two. Because what that is saying is, I know that you love me and you're expecting me to say that I love you and I feel all these different ways about you. I can't tell you that basically because I don't feel that way. So he said he's emotional and he has to just get to a point where he's sure. So he knows that he wants to pursue a life with her, but he wants to be sure because of Autumn. That was red flag number three, sis. The fact that your daughter the fact that your daughter that he's been asking about, that he was saying in the men's lounge or whatever you want to call it, that he was like ready to be a stepfather to and a father figure to, the fact that your daughter is what's keeping him from going all in with you, Jessica, you should have heard that and been like, we're done. And you can see it on her face. You can see it on her face that the moment that he kind of said that, you can see that she was like, oh my God, it took her back. It took her back a little bit, right? So she then tells him, I don't like this, right? She knows that he's going back and forth between two women. As always, he always says that he does not want to talk about other people on his dates. Here's the thing though, Jimmy. It's not like you're talking about other people to compare, but the fact that you are actively dating these two women is coming down to the wire between these two women. It's going to come up. It's going to come up at some point. So she's like, I just want to have an open, honest conversation. He said that he's not ready to say he's in love. I was with her when she was like, I didn't ask you to. She wants you to be able to express your feelings. Do you like her? Like, do you enjoy her company? Do you see a future with her? Are you in deep like with her? She didn't tell you that she loves you unless I missed it. So he doesn't want to say how he feels until he knows he's going to get down on one knee. Girl, that is red flag number 4. That's red flag number 4. That man is telling you he does not want to be with you in that way. He's telling you, Jessica. So she then said, well, that's bull because I told you how I feel without knowing if you felt the same. So, like, I don't understand why you think that I'm not a big girl that can take it. And I was with her on that. Look, if I just poured out my heart to you, the least you can do is give me the common courtesy and respect to let me know what's real, right? So, she then said that, or he said that how he feels about her goes without saying. Nigga, what? 5. That's red flag number 5. Okay? So she's like, no, it doesn't go without saying because I'm a person that I want you to be able to say it. Nobody wants to go through life and you're in a relationship or you're with your partner and that person never says I love you. That person never tells you how they feel, and their reaction to that, their response to that, their excuse to that is, well, I mean, should go without saying. That's not how that works, right? So she then said that she wants to be pursued, and she wants and thinks that he wants to be with somebody else that's a little more gentle than her. Jessica's very assertive, she's very direct, right? We know that she's very blunt. So he said that he is usually with somebody that allows him to lead 100%. So he does not know if he can be with somebody that's very direct, but he thinks that he can. Number 6, he is telling you, Jessica, that he doesn't want to be with you. He's telling you. So she then said, well, the conversation isn't going anywhere. So they decide to, let's just call it a night. We're not breaking up. We're not ending things. We're just taking a break from the conversation because she feels that now I'm like having to beg you to even talk. I feel like I'm begging you to find out how you feel about me. That shit is lame. So Jessica said that this is the last time that he will ever put her in this position again, to where she doesn't know if he's coming or going with her. Jessica goes back to the ladies' lounge and she's talking to the ladies and she tells them that his indecisiveness is not going to fly with her because she does have a 10-year-old child in the balance. So Jimmy goes back and talks to the guys and said that when she handled the conversation as well as she could. What was the conversation, Jimmy? Y'all didn't talk. You didn't talk about anything. He then said that he wasn't prepared for the conversation, which is odd, but he keeps saying he doesn't know what he wants to do just yet. You are dragging both of these women down to the wire, and it's not right. And I know that this is how like the process is in some cases, but I kind of feel like you knew you didn't want to rock with Jessica because of her daughter, and you should have been upfront with her about that. You should have. So we then get to Jimmy and Chelsea. So they have a date. He doesn't want to talk about his other dates, but let her know that the conversation with Jessica did not go as expected. It went bad. He now feels terrible because he's been trying to maximize himself, maximize his time with everybody. And I feel like now that, I haven't been able to do that effectively. He then pivots and tells Chelsea, I have a lot of fun with you. I get excited thinking about our future plans. He then tells Chelsea he loves her. The way that I was like, what? You just got done telling Jessica that you needed more time to make a decision, or for you to go out the door and into the next pod to tell Chelsea that you loved her. You made up your mind. Even if it was during that conversation, you made up your mind. You knew. So of course, she's over dramatic and she falls to the floor, and now she got her face all on the floor, and I guess, I was she licking her shoe? Why was she down there by her shoe? So again, she doesn't say it back, but said that she's about to throw up. He then said that this is a happy feeling, or she said this is a happy feeling, and she feels good. She wants to make sure that he is 1,000% sure if he's going to propose. He said, "Well, I haven't proposed yet, but I am 1,000% sure that I love you." Chelsea goes back to the ladies' lounge, and she's, of course, being dramatic. They're asking her, "Are you okay?" She's coming in and she's disheveled and she's throwing things down and her face is flushed and she's red. I said, Chelsea is overly performative, and if she does pick you, Jimmy, you are going to be in for a ride because you don't seem like the type of dude that is for the theatrics of it all. So Jessica looks at her homegirl and was like, Jimmy didn't end things with her. He was in there for the whole date. That's a look of pure bliss and joy, the high you get when you come from a very good date. So Laura comes over and tells Jessica, I need you to leave, babe. Walk out on your own accord. Trust me, this is not your man. So Jessica is like, why? Did she just tell you something? Now, we saw Chelsea whisper to Laura that Jimmy told her that he loves her. Jessica doesn't know that just yet. So Jessica breaks down and is like, I need to go. I need to leave. I think Jimmy is a coward. Personally. Personally. So we then get Clay and AD. They finally meet. He don't like this lady. He don't like her. Um, Before they even go out, in his confessional, he said that he's still saying that the physical was important. But in his mind, he said he knows that she must look good. He just has a feeling. So when they come out, not once did he call her beautiful. He never said she was pretty, never said she was gorgeous, never said he was attracted to her. Didn't compliment her at all. Not to her. In his confessional, I think he said that she's gorgeous or something, but did not compliment her to her face. So she's reaching for a compliment because she told him that he's cute, he's handsome. So she gets up and was like, so you can see my body. So she purposely turns around so he can see her ass, hoping that that will get a compliment. He still doesn't compliment her. He's kissing all up and over her. It's lust. It's just lust. So she brings up looks again, and it's like, girl. So he said that he tried not to imagine her, but he got past the physical stuff and he's impressed. No, you're not. No, you're not. You don't like that lady. And you know you don't like that lady. But okay. That ain't gonna end the way that they think. Either one of them. So then finally we get Jimmy and Jessica's date. So Jimmy tells her it's been a roller coaster and this is just not fair. She was like, not fair to who? And he was like, well, to you. He said that it's hard to have the tough conversations. This is my thing with Jimmy. You're an adult, right? You had to have known that at some point during this show, you were going to have the hard conversations with these people. Why are you so ill prepared to have a basic conversation with somebody? So she said to spare her the pity party. I don't want to hear you have pity on yourself because the least that you can do is be direct with me for one time. For once. So he then tells her that he cared about her and he was very optimistic. He knows that she's a good mother. He said she will be a good wife to somebody else. He said that he loves someone else. So she said that it's hard for her to feel sorry for him because he's trying to do the whole, this was rough and I've let you down. We don't want to hear all that because you led this woman on. So she said that he ruined this opportunity for her and he knew that she was too much and he still allowed her to pour out her heart time and time again. So then now Jessica's like, we are now out of time and it's too late for me to connect with anybody else, so I'm leaving here alone. Now, Jessica, you can't put that all on Jimmy because it is up to you to go through and find a bunch of connections as well, right? We got that on one hand. But on the other hand, he was really making it seem as if he was all in with her and they were going to plan a future together. So she's like she's leaving alone and that is not what was supposed to happen. So he said that he did not know until their final date. She was like, that's bull. You knew last night when you told old girl that you loved her. I feel the same way. He is saying, no, I wanted to make my decision this morning, but after our date, I got the clarity that I needed. So what I think happened is Jimmy said, I don't want a woman that is this assertive, that is this direct, that's going to call me out on my bullshit. I want to be able to do whatever it is that I want to do and lead blindly with her following blindly with no back talk, no recourse, no nothing about it. So he then said that it's not fair to say that he made up his mind the night before because he didn't. He then said that when he lacks clarity, he needs somebody that's going to hold his hand and guide him to that clarity. And she was like, well, that ain't me. That's not me. And it's never going to be a woman like me. Let's be real. Let's be very, very real about it. Chelsea did not guide you to any clarity either. Chelsea's not giving you anything back in response either, Jimmy. But okay. So she then tells him that he is going to choke when he sees what he missed out on. Because let's truth be told, even though Chelsea said that people think she looks like Megan Fox, Jessica might look a little closer to Megan Fox. Jessica's gonna look a little closer to Megan Fox. You might be shook, big dog, when you see her, but I think Jessica handled that classy up until the part when it was like, you're gonna choke when you missed out. You don't even have to do all that, sis. They gonna have you at the little meetup when everybody, comes together. Just let him come in and see you and be like, oh damn, I went big goofy over here because Chelsea's goofy. I went big goofy over here when I could have been with you who presents as a little more mature and together and able to fully express their feelings. Chelsea has had two men, Trevor and Jimmy, tell her she loves them, and all she did was fall dramatically on the floor and say that she's going to throw up and she's just going to pass out. But that's who you want, Jimmy. That's who you want. Meanwhile, the ladies are telling Chelsea that Jimmy hasn't given you any reassurance throughout the process at all. Pick yourself. Choose yourself. I guess, y'all. I guess. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Leave your spoiler-free comments down below. If you have not already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. Thank you for bearing with my congestion, and I will see you guys for episode 5. Peace.